What's up guys, Josh Bond here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Let me ask you a question. Do you struggle with losing weight yet seem to gain weight very quickly with the smallest cheat in your diet? Or maybe you're trying to gain weight and you can eat anything and everything under the sun and you can't seem to gain that weight. Now, body types are very complicated, but they do not have to be a life sentence. So in this video, we're going to discover which one you relate to the most and the best approach for overall body recomposition. With that being said, let's dive in. Now, having a certain body type is obvious as we look around, but there is actually a term for this, and the term is a somatotype. And a somatotype refers to a certain body type that you and I have that we are born with. Alright, so let's run through these together. There are three different somatotypes. The ectomorphs, which are usually very thin with a smaller bone structure, usually referred to as the hard gainers with a super fast metabolism. Then there's the endomorphs, which usually have a rounder, softer body type with a stockier bone structure. The ones that have trouble losing weight but can gain weight very fast. The last body type are the mesomorphs. This is the ideal body type. A more athletic and muscular look, able to gain lean muscle fast as well as burn fat more efficiently. But again, we are not sentenced to this body type for the rest of our lives like some may think. What makes you who you are or your body type is a variation of things. Your environment, so what you surround yourself by, your social influences like your friends and your family, your genetics. And no, I'm not just talking about your body type. Where do you live? Yes, your body will adapt to its environment, and another culprit of your body type or how you look is going to be your personal decisions throughout life. So how do you eat? Do you exercise? Do you do drugs, etc., etc.? So if you feel that you're stuck in one of these body types and can't change, then you need to forget that, because it's not an excuse anymore, right? If you couldn't change the way that you look and your overall body type, then personal trainers wouldn't exist, right? Because that's literally their job. If you were born into a family that eats healthy, exercises on a regular basis, and just makes healthier choices overall, you're more likely to be more muscular and to be more lean compared to somebody who wasn't or didn't make those choices for themselves. So it really doesn't matter what body type you are. Now, even though that our specific body types can be changed and optimized for that more mesomorph look, right? That more muscular look that I feel that most people are after, that doesn't mean that our training style is going to be 100% the same as somebody else's, right? Yes, the same principles apply, like time under tension, progressive overload, etc., etc. But your training style is going to need to be adjusted a little bit based on your somatotype and your goals, obviously. So what does that look like? Now, keep in mind, nobody's going to be 100% one or the other, right? You could be a combination of even two, yet you're still going to have your primary body type, the one that dominates the most. So that's how I'm going to outline the training here. So let's go ahead and start with the ectomorph, right? The hard gainers. Given the fact that they have a very high metabolism, it becomes difficult to put on mass and keep it on. And because of that, their training should be focused on hypertrophy or size and maximizing your strength. You also want to limit your energy output with cardiovascular conditioning. Does that mean that you shouldn't do any cardio? Of course not. It's probably best that you use it as more of a warm-up though, like 20 minutes a few times a week, just to maintain good cardiovascular health. Remember, strength and hypertrophy training is already an anaerobic style workout. As for nutrition, we're looking for a high carb diet, roughly 50% of your daily calorie intake to maintain a healthy energy balance, with a moderate amount of protein to maximize protein synthesis, roughly about 30% of your daily calorie intake, and the rest could be about 20% coming from healthy fats. Try a weight gainer if you're still struggling to gain weight. Any low carb, fat loss diets are going to be out. As for mesomorphs, mesomorphs have it a little bit easier. Not that they don't have to put in the work, they just start with a solid foundation. They are naturally strong and they're going to respond to exercise very quickly. This body type is going to require a mix of training styles. If this is you, then you need to be dedicating time for strength and hypertrophy training as well as cardiovascular conditioning. If you do too much cardio, then you could lose some of that muscle mass. But if you're just focused on strength and hypertrophy, you can also put on a little bit of unwanted body fat as well. So adding in some HIIT or high intensity interval training a couple times a week is definitely going to be beneficial. As for nutrition, this will be more of a balanced diet, something like 35% of your daily calories coming from protein, which can be a little bit higher on those heavier lifting days, and 35% of your daily calories coming from carbs, which can also be a little bit higher on the heavier cardio days, and about 30% coming from healthy fats. Again, these are just general guidelines and could need a little bit of an adjustment based on your lifestyle. The last body type is the endomorphs. So if you're an endomorph, you might feel that you're just big boned and destined to be overweight, but that's far from being true. You might have a slower metabolism, but that only means you shouldn't be living a sluggish lifestyle, and neither should anybody else. Your workout should be centered around resistance training, like strength and hypertrophy, just like anybody else, except you'll want to take shorter rest times in between these sets to keep that heart rate elevated. Circuit training is perfect, and the more lean muscle that you put on over time, the faster your metabolism will be. Dedicate a couple of days a week for a 60-minute cardio session, and do not shy away from the high intensity interval training either. You want to make sure that you have enough rest throughout the week, but try to stay moving constantly. As for nutrition, this is going to be very, very crucial as for any weight loss goal. You really need to stay away from high calorie dense foods that aren't satiating at all. You don't want to load up on carbs either. Your daily calorie limits will consist of about 20% carbohydrates, 35% healthy fats, and about 45% protein for that quick recovery. Low carb diets work perfectly for endomorphs because they have a lower tolerance for carbs. If you're going to eat high carb foods, try to center it around your workout so that it can be used for fuel and not sugar storage. You also want to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. And if you want to know how to calculate your maintenance in calories for the day, check out this video right here. With that number, you're going to want to gradually reduce your calorie consumption for the day, but don't undereat. Find the right amount for your goals. Alright, and the last thing to remember here is that there is no shortcuts. It doesn't matter what your goal is, it doesn't matter what your body type is. If you're looking to build lean muscle mass and get bigger, if you're looking to lose weight, whatever your goal is, there is no shortcuts. It's going to require time and effort. You cannot escape that. If you're looking for shortcuts, that means you're only looking for weaknesses, not strengths. Because if you run out of shortcuts, then what? Then what are you going to do? You're going to gain all of that weight back. You're going to be right back in the same position, right? We want to build strengths because strengths will last forever. That's the only way that you can stay consistent. So it doesn't matter what your body type is or your goal. You're going to have to put in effort. You're going to have to put in time. But no matter what, it is worth it. The rewards are massive, and it's definitely worth it. So you should definitely get started. If you haven't been getting the results that you're looking for, maybe you need to take a step back and just adjust your approach by understanding your body type. It's all about testing. Testing, 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 adjust, and grow. That's how it needs to happen. I promise you it will be worth it. All right, guys, I hope you have a better understanding of your body type and what it's going to take to get to your goal weight. If you found this video valuable, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share it with a friend if you think that they would get some value out of it. I do appreciate your support. Make sure you check out those free ebooks that I have linked in the description box down below. Write a comment if you have any questions. I'd love to chat, and I'll see you guys in the next video.